Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended. And in this video, I am going to show you how to raid and soak using a rock elemental, one of actually the most strong creatures in the game when it comes to raiding bases in certain situations. So let's go ahead and show you. Obviously, you know what a rock elemental is probably. They're these giant stone creatures that you can tame over on Scorched Earth and when other maps come out on other maps as well, but not yet. So anyways, they are huge. Now, they are only good for one purpose, and that is raiding a base that doesn't have tech. Now, the reason that is actually pretty easy to figure out because they have an incredibly high health pool. We'll get these into the 60,000s and then go ahead and use that 60,000 health and like make, what are they called? Replicas or copy them, and then they'll just keep copying never-ending stores of these things. But anyways, rock elementals, right? So they're pretty cool, but they take heavily increased damage from tech turrets, and they take heavily reduced damage from advanced auto rifle bullets. So that means that anything that's an auto turret or a heavy auto turret basically will not damage the rock elemental. Now, the reason that these things are popular are actually two reasons, right? So if I look straight up with the rock elemental, and then I go into K mode, you actually can't get shot off by turrets because its head blocks the rider and it just like throws you to the back of it, so you can just soak pretty much everything from the front. Now you can also, if there's different flavored turrets and you want to back into them, you can look straight down and then back in, and it'll also protect the rider from being shot as well. Now that is if turrets are on players only. But for the most part, the rock elemental is a pretty awesome creature. So let's go ahead and go forward. The one negative thing about the rock elemental is it does take a while to heal these guys up. That's the one thing that kind of sucks. But let me show you how reduced damage they have once they are inside of turret range. So this is a max saddle, obviously. And with advanced rifle bullets from a heavy auto turret, we're taking 8 bullets a shot. And with a health pool of 60,000, yeah, I'm not super concerned. And because of the fact that this thing can move so quickly, you can literally stand on top of turrets with its foot, just like I'm doing right here, pop off, put a C4 down, blow up the turret, and walk away. So they take ridiculously low an awesome amount of damage reduction from anything that shoots a auto rifle bullet. So heavies basically do not affect these things, and they are pretty useful for that purpose. Now, their big counter is tech. Tech really hurts stone golems. I wish they would make it not as much as it does, but they basically take full damage from, as you can see right here, 126 damage a shot is not a sustainable thing if we are trying to soak. Obviously, this is going to shred any rock elemental pretty quickly because 10 shots takes 1,000 damage. It means 100 shots is 10,000, which means that if I have a 60,000, I can only soak right around like 600 shots, which is not super good because they also take that heavy splash damage from it. And obviously, as you can see, I have it on infinite stats mode, that's why. They will get absolutely melted by tech turrets. But any sort of auto bullet will be something that these guys barely even feel, especially an auto turret. If people have an auto turret, you can literally just walk at their base with a rock elemental because it only takes like 1 damage per shot with a good saddle on the back of a rock elemental. So that is how you can use them. Now, again, these are very specific to how you raid. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, you're doing it wrong, blah, 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 blah. They are pretty much useful for pushing. Usually people don't put tech turrets inside of their fobs, or they'll push turrets with tech turrets because expensive, they can be taken out pretty easy. So what they'll tend to do is they'll put down heavy auto turrets like you see right there. So what you can do, and I'll show you, this is a strategy that I've done many a times before. You use the left foot to step on it. We're going to go ahead and whistle passive, because if you don't have it in passive mode, you'll notice that the rock elemental will start moving around. So you want to get the left. Okay, Terror Bird, seriously? Thank you. Go away. But anyways, we're going to get that left foot over the top of this turret. Now you can kind of move around a little bit just like I am right here. And basically what that does is that takes that turret and completely covers it inside of this rock elemental's foot. So you can hop out, place a C4 down, hop back on your rock alley, walk away, take out your weapon of choice, which in my case is going to be that C4, and blow it up safely. So rock elementals are incredibly useful for that purpose. they will easily let you do exactly what I just told. And because most people push with heavies, that is a really strong strategy that you can use. Now you can also use this if people have exterior turrets that are pushed out really far. You can walk up using that rock elemental strategy, put the left foot over the top of it. You can use the right, it's just easier to position the left in my opinion because it gets a little closer. And yeah, it's a really easy way to easily blow up some turrets while your rock elemental soaks for you. Now you can also pretty much soak just about any number of heavies for a few seconds to get you close. As long as you're going backwards like I am right now, you can soak a good chunk of turret walls that only have heavies. But more realistically, let's show you a more realistic pattern of what something might look like you've seen in some of my other videos, is this guy right here. So this is a total of 7 tech turrets and 7 heavies. Now each one, so when they're on high, they're going to have a range, just so you can see them, of give or take right around 21 to 22 foundations. So this little lip right here is just right in front of that is where I'm going to start taking damage. And if it's just the heavies, I won't take too much damage at all. But with those techs, you can see that I'm taking a stupid amount of damage. And as long as you're backing up like I'm doing right now, the rock elemental does a great job of soaking. Now, obviously, this is something that's like, you're going to be pushing something fast. If it's got if it's got text, you're going to get shredded before you get too close. But if this is just a base with heavy auto turrets, you can back up like I'm doing right now, get yourself nice and close to the base, and then you can throw C4, grenades, whatever you want to do. The rock elemental has such a massive body that it can pretty much block just about all of the turrets on the ground level, so you can do whatever damage you want to do. Now, the one thing people are going to immediately watch and be like, oh, Teach, you would have just been shot off the back because, you know, blah, 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 blah. Remember what I told you earlier? If you look straight up with the rock alley and then go into K mode, unless a turret is on the ceiling, I can pretty much soak everything using this rock elemental, and it won't hit me, because even if I put all those turrets on player only, my character is completely blocked by those turrets right there. So any distance is just fine. And you just run straight at it. And because the body will fall in all likelihood, we will also actually give ourselves the ability to, if the body blocks some turrets, it just gives us more ability to get closer in a raid. So golems are great for that purpose. But like I just said, it is really hard to justify using golems when it comes to tech, because tech will shred them. If you're looking to defend against golems, you just pull out a tech rifle and it's over. Even grenades, cannonballs, if you set up a cannon and just shoot it with a cannon, that's a big problem. The splash damage, it's gonna do like 1,000 damage per hit, if not more. Plus it does the torpidity to golems. It's not good. So golems, again, very specific. Only can be advanced rifle bullets you're defending against, because if you're trying to soak techs, you're just in big trouble. But it will block pretty much everything else. So if someone, or if you're able to only soak advanced, like let's say so you're able to, because there are ways you can get close enough without right here, without soaking the techs. If I, oh, not quite. Where is it? Oh, I may have had it right there. There we go. So see how I'm actually soaking the autos before I'm soaking the actual tech turrets? It is possible in many bases to get your golem, and this is what some people will do, to soak the heavies and not the tech turrets. And what they'll do is get positioned like I am right now. They'll go ahead and hop out, and then notice how I am right here. This thing is just going to soak that, and I can leave it there forever, and it'll just continue to soak it. And because it's on passive, this thing is just going to sit there and soak that for the rest of forever. Now, unfortunately, because I got off, it's shot everything, but you could back in just like I did right there. Just go backwards, and there's, let's see, there we go. Oh, where there's, I don't want to soak that. There, that's what I want to soak. So notice how, because it's center of mass, allows me to kind of move around like this. I can, ooh, that's actually really good right there. See how we're actually soaking all of the heavies there? That's perfect. So we can soak the heavies and then just stay outside of that tech turret range. So that's another strategy that you can use. But again, it's a very specific raiding purpose because of the inability to soak tech, but it's very protective of the rider because it's really hard to shoot somebody off, because it really moves you around a ton when you're on a rock golem, especially if you're in sprint mode. It lets you push a base really quickly. So golems are very useful for those purposes that I just listed. So anyways, that is how you can use a golem inside of Ark Survival Ascended to raid, and hopefully this video helps you out. And if you don't mind, smash that like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and then consider subbing to the channel. All right, Teach.